And then I saw more units over here. Yo! Yes, it is just south of Howard Beach. If you, here, there's Howard Beach right there. There's the neighborhood. And then you got the North Channel Bridge, the first one on the Cross Bay Boulevard there. You can leave Howard Beach, and it's that first bridge. Okay. All good. No, that's the parking lot right after you come off the bridge. Don't be sorry, you're all good. Agreed. Huh. Yeah, there is a lot of people, or there are a lot of people out here. You can see the divers going through the water there. Got them all standing on the sand barges. Is this for the stream, or you want something recorded for CBS News? Okay, okay. Okie dokie. Where am I looking? Oh my gosh! That's... Oh no. We see this coming towards us. Looked at my window and saw that. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. We're looking at Jamaica Bay in Queens. Over by the North Channel Bridge, you see the aviation unit in the air there and divers in the water. A search is going on in the bay at this point. They are looking for divers. Oops, that's not looking for divers. Divers are the ones that are in the water. Try it one more time. Shifting camera. Here we go, coming down in 3, 2, 1. You're looking at Jamaica Bay in Queens, where divers are in the water. Aviation unit above the bay. They're looking for missing swimmers at this point. All this came in a little while ago there. We can see numerous people on the beach there, numerous divers in the water. You have the NYPD harbor units, the FDNY marine units, all doing a search right now. We see numerous people along the beach there. If you look closely in the center of your picture, you see some of those divers who are looking down through the water there. Now, not a lot of details coming in just yet. All we can tell you is that there are reports of missing swimmers, and of course there's a large response because of that. We'll bring the camera out here a little bit, trying to give you an idea of where we're looking at here. This is Cross Bay Boulevard coming into the left side of your video, the North Channel Bridge. That's that structure right there. If we look in there, we can see some more of the marine units and harbor units patrolling by the bridge there, trying to do a search for the missing swimmers And again, you see the traffic backed up there because there are just numerous apparatus that are here on the scene there. You can see the parking lot there full of FDNY vehicles, police vehicles as well, ambulances on the scene. So again, crews trying their best, trying to look for these missing swimmers. Not clear as to how many are missing. We've heard as many as 9 divers in the water, but as they bring the camera back over here to the scene, you can see there are just numerous people who are at least ankle to knee deep in that water, trying to see if they can rescue or find the missing people that were reported. And of course, we saw it earlier there, we did have the NYPD aviation unit doing a search from the air. Of course, all this going on in Jamaica Bay. Reporting from Chopper 2, Dan Rice, CBS News, New York. Okay, thank you. Something like that, Wanda, did that work? Yes. Yeah, of course, no problem. Duluth or the Emirates plane? Yeah. Now aviation comes back. And good afternoon to those of you who are watching along on the live streaming apps. I'm Dan Rice, Ed Wirewriter, your pilot. As you may have heard in that report we just recorded, we are over in Queens, Jamaica Bay. This is right in the area of Kennedy Airport, just south of Howard Beach. And you can see the numerous water rescue apparatus that are in the water there. As you can see, numerous people in the water as well, including divers from both NYPD Harbor and FDNY Marine. We have had NYPD Aviation out here as well. So all of this is in response to a report of missing swimmers. I don't even see them in the video. Oh, there they are. As a matter of fact, the aviation chopper making its way over to the beach. And again, folks, just not a lot of details to be able to pass along just yet other than what we are seeing in the video. Notice, watch as the chopper brings itself down onto the sand. Right. Thank you, Wanda. So watch as the chopper sets down. So you can see quite a number of apparatus out here working to try to find the swimmers that were reported in trouble in the water over here of Jamaica Bay. We'll come back down here by the beach side, and we see a little bit of a crowd there by the water's edge. See if we can use our digital zoom. And there we see them all working on the beach. We still see some people in the water. Look down over here, you see some of those divers we were talking about. Camera's going to move for a second, folks. Sorry about that. Come back to that in a second. There we go. Hard to tell if they're bringing somebody ashore. And we should say at this point, folks, you are watching live video here, so viewer discretion is advised. And it looks, it might be. Yeah. So, and again, folks, like I said, viewer discretion is advised. And yes, Wanda, there is one. So again, we can see the commotion on the beach now, folks. And it did appear that there was one person on that yellow board that the divers were bringing back to the shoreline. So you can see the personnel on the beach there working on what appeared to be one person being brought ashore. Their condition unknown, but I'm sure you will see them rush that person. As you see them now moving en masse, they're going to take them up to the street side. As we saw a little while ago, there were numerous ambulances waiting up there by the parking lot. Shadow on the beach, looks like the chopper just took off again. The NYPD chopper. So they stop for a second there, and they'll probably continue on up towards the shore, or up towards the street side, Cross Bay Boulevard. As they're doing that, we'll just bring the camera out here a little bit. You can still see divers are still searching in the area on the bottom right side of your screen. And again, we see that group now moving even quicker with quite a bit of urgency, trying to get up to the street where the ambulance is sitting. And I'm sure we have comments on the stream there, but obviously we're going to focus on what's happening over here by Cross Bay Boulevard and North Channel Bridge, so we'll get to the comments as soon as we can. But obviously emergency personnel doing their best to rush this, what appears to be somebody who was brought out of the water. I know the picture has a little bit of haze or a little bit of waviness in it. Understand we are actually being kept over by Starrett City. How's that, Spring Creek? What's that, about 2 miles away, I guess, Ed? Yeah, about 2 miles away from the scene. We are very close to Kennedy Airport, so we have to be respectful of the activity at Kennedy Airport. Like I said, we're able to use our digital doubler there, excuse me, trying to get you the videos as best we can. And again, viewer discretion advised as you see them trying to get this person up to the street side. There we see some of the ambulances still sitting up there, and the fire apparatus up on Cross Bay Boulevard. The police chopper still sitting there on the ground. Now they're up there on the at the parking lot there. Looks like they're getting a stretcher ready in the parking lot. So again, we'll keep the video out just a little bit here. We don't want to show anything that may not be pleasant to see down there. We're not sure of the condition of the person that they appear to have brought out of the water there, but you see them working on getting that person onto the stretcher there, and they'll rush them up to an ambulance there, probably the one that has the doors open over on the Cross Bay Boulevard side of the parking lot. The stretcher is up, and now they'll rush the stretcher to an ambulance. You see them moving between the fire trucks. Sorry, folks, camera drifted there, and there again we see the emergency personnel running with the stretcher. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. So you're going to see a couple of flashes through the screen there, folks. Obviously, the area that we're in, we can't really hover where we're at either. So you're going to see the skids, the landing gear, the helicopter through the video once in a while. And now we see that ambulance taking that stretcher there. The stretcher going into the back. One more shot there. So now they'll load up the rest of the equipment, jump in the ambulance, and take that person to an area hospital. So as they do the work over there, we'll come back to the beach. And again, we still see the activity on the beach side there at the water's edge. You see the Marine and Harbor units still here in the water. And of course, as we zoom back in over here, this is the active search area. And we can see numerous divers in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 9, 10 possible, more than that. Almost a dozen divers, it appears to be, in the water searching. So if you are just joining us here on the live stream, again, you are looking down at Jamaica Bay. This is off of the North Channel Bridge, which connects, actually, you guys, Cross Bay Boulevard coming out of Howard Beach or into Howard Beach, depending which way you're going. And off of a beach here, there's a report of missing swimmers. And both the FDNY and the NYPD have deployed their divers into the water trying to find the missing swimmers. How many are missing are unknown at this time, although we did just see one person being brought out of the water, excuse me, and taken to an ambulance up on Cross Bay Boulevard. And as the crews rush to take care of that person, the person's condition unknown at this time. But you can see the search continues down here just off of the beach, off of Cross Bay Boulevard. Appears to be close to a dozen divers in the water. We've seen the NYPD aviation unit also on the scene, one of their choppers landing near the beach. Like I said, we've seen close to a dozen divers in the water, and of course the shallow water here, as you can see, numerous personnel with the lines that are attached to the divers standing there about anywhere from knee to waist deep. And as they continue the search over there, we still see other boats moving through the area. We'd seen the Marine and Harbor units up over here by the North Channel Bridge. This might be regular Marine traffic going through the channel there. Nope, that looks like Coast Guard. So now we can add the Coast Guard to the search over here. Again, that's the North Channel Bridge that we were talking about. This is where all the activity is, excuse me. Right over here. Okay. 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 Sounds good, Ed. And like I said, folks, before, we're about 2 miles away from the active search area. Obviously trying to let them do their job down there and staying out of the way, but also we're not far from Kennedy Airport. So we're trying to stay out of the way of Kennedy Airport, staying out of the way of the search scene down there. So we're just going to use our digital doubler. That's why you might see just a little bit of graininess in that video there when you're looking down at the water. And of course we're shooting backwards. Not at the moment, but every once in a while we shoot through the back of the helicopter. Again, you see all those people in the water searching for at least one more person. We've already seen one person pulled out of the water and brought ashore, taken to an awaiting ambulance. And this is where you can see the resources of the FDNY and the NYPD working together. see some of those divers and other personnel who are in the water making their way back to the shoreline. And as they get closer, again, I always like to advise that this is live video. Once again, you're watching a live stream, so viewer discretion is advised. Some are, yeah, I can't tell if they all are or just some. Ah. Obviously, we have other people up here, so that waviness you saw in the video was exhaust from another helicopter. I'll let them go through the video there, and you can see more of the divers there still working in the water just off the beach. You have the other boats. That are all still working. I see Tanaka asking what's happening. So again, for those who are just popping onto the live stream, you're looking at a water search in Jamaica Bay in Queens. And reports of swimmers who were having issues in the water. Numerous. At one point we saw close to a dozen divers in the water doing a search. It is not clear yet as to how many swimmers were in distress. We have seen one person who was brought out of the water, taken to the area hospital. Their condition unknown at the moment. And we see the divers going in and out of the water. That's just the skids, the landing gear, the helicopter you see floating through the video once in a while. Excuse me. You can see some of the personnel holding the tethers for the divers. And I don't know all the terminology well, but you see those surfboard-looking devices that they're on. They are whether surfboards, or there's probably a more technical name for them. But you see the one paddling there on the surfboard. You have another one. If they do find another swimmer, they'll be able to put that person up onto the board and bring him back to the shore like they did the first person that we saw. And those are about all the details that we have at the moment. And like I said, we're just able to show you what is happening just off the beach here. As they continue the search over there, we'll give you a little bit of a bigger picture. And actually, we'll take a moment here. Let me bring us out of the extended lenses for a minute. Clean up that video there, and to give you an idea of where you're looking at here, that's Kennedy International Airport right over here. That neighborhood in front of it, closest to the helicopter, that's Howard Beach. Cross Bay Boulevard goes through Howard Beach, and you get that first bridge over here. That's the North Channel Bridge as it crosses over Jamaica Bay. And you can see all that traffic up there, and that's the beach as soon as you come off of the North Channel Bridge. The parking area, you see quite a few emergency personnel parked and situated in that area. On the right side of your screen is that NYPD chopper we were talking about. That landed over there next to the beach, and of course we'll come down the shoreline there a little bit. And we'll come back to the scene where we saw the folks searching through the water there, where most of our activity has been centered since we arrived here about a half hour ago. Of course, this has been going on since a little bit before noon. We'll go back in our extended lenses and see what we're looking at down there. What was that, Wanda? Yeah, that's what I thought at first, too. So we see them back up on the board, swimming back out. A little Zodiac next to them. They'll continue their search. They are obviously looking for at least one more person. Again, the number of swimmers in distress is not known at this point. And obviously we don't want to speculate on anything right now. All we can just tell you is we've seen one person who was brought out of the water and taken to an ambulance, taken to a nearby hospital. The condition of that person recovered, not yet known. But they were very quick in their actions there to get that person to the ambulance and up on the stretcher. We saw some of the people working in the water exit back to the shore, while others remain in the water. And obviously we see others who are standing there about anywhere from knee to waist deep, assisting the best they can with the search. And of course there are numerous boats, both NYPD Harbor and FDNY Marine. Back up over here on the beach, as you see clusters of people waiting for anybody else who may be found. And again, everybody, you are watching live video, so viewer discretion is advised as they continue their search for at least one more missing swimmer. Come back up here, and you still see a couple of ambulances parked over here, along with the other pieces of equipment from the FDNY. Back over here on North Channel Bridge. And you can see we've seen a couple of other of these boats making their way around. Keeping an eye on the water there to see if they see anything where they are. Robert Kernam, I'm not sure exactly how they do it. I mean, most of it just seems like by sight. I'm not sure what kind of equipment the divers have on them and the exact techniques they use to be able to search for people who are reported missing in the water. That clicking in the video is just our digital zoom again. You see people holding those lines who are standing in the water, and those are for the divers. That's how they keep track of everybody. And for the boards, I'm not sure if it's for the boards or for the divers, but I've seen both over the years. see the personnel continue to work the scene down here. We can say that it's probably been about an hour now since the swimmers went missing, so they're not giving up their efforts yet for that search. See the divers still going into the waters of Jamaica Bay. There we go. Again, what you see going through the video there are pieces of our landing gear. Like I said, this isn't exactly the best spot for us to be able to get into, so Ed working his magic, being able to keep us close enough to the scene to be able to keep giving you this video and show you these pictures of the divers doing what they do best, doing their search down there, trying to see if there are any other victims that they can find in the water. You see a few more people walking back towards the water while others are walking away from it. Obviously, these divers doing quite a bit of work. Some of them in the water for possibly as long as an hour now. They continue their efforts to search the waters of Jamaica Bay. See the Marine and Harbor units. Okay. Thank you, Wanda. Okay, folks, as we hit 1 o'clock here in New York City, we'll recap what's going on down here. A little bit of information just relayed to us from our assignment desk. We can tell you now that there are 2 people that were in trouble in the water, 2 people missing. They recovered 1 person. We did see the 1 person being brought out of the water, taken to an area hospital. That person's condition unknown at this time. And the diver is still looking for that 2nd person. All of this taking place shortly before 12 o'clock Numerous divers are in the water. We've counted up to a dozen divers at one point searching the waters of Jamaica Bay. This is in Jamaica Bay, just off the North Channel Bridge, right in the south area of Howard Beach, not far from Kennedy Airport. And you have the NYPD harbor units, the FDNY Marine units. We saw a Coast Guard boat along with an NYPD helicopter or two that were circling the area helping with the search. And you can see people up here on the beach. See some of those divers coming out of the water. So again, 2 people missing in the water. 1 person has been brought out. They're still searching for the second person. The condition of the first, unknown at this time, but taken to an area hospital. And we see that search area expanding, getting further away from the beach now. Some are, but like the others I think are going a little further out in the water there, expanding the search area a little bit. Here's a group of them over here. And we do see some of them coming out of the water too there, Wanda. I said there are a couple of divers coming out. So I'm looking at there, walking back towards the beach. No. We'll see what's going on over here. We see a couple of the divers kind of staying in place, and that one person paddling over on the board. Still doing their grid search over here, or pattern search, I am assuming, at this point. You see a couple more of those divers over here by the Zodiac. Still see these folks on the beach here, still seeing if they can find that second swimmer. see more personnel over here on the beach coming out of the water. Those rescue boards up on the beach now. We saw a couple still out here in the water doing a search for that second person. And well over an hour in the water now, unfortunately. They're going to search to see if they can still find the person. Grace, this is Jamaica Bay. This is just south of Howard Beach, just to the west of Kennedy Airport in Queens, New York. As they continue their search, I'll bring the camera back out, give you a little perspective there. On the left side of your video, now coming towards your center portion of the screen there, that's Kennedy Airport. Howard Beach is off to the left side there. So that's Kennedy Airport, North Channel Bridge, and the search now over here to the south of that bridge. Okay. Right. Uh-oh. Okay, folks. No, I think they just found the second swimmer. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, again, for our live viewers, viewer discretion is advised. As you can see from the activity in the water there, we saw them, it looked like they brought the second swimmer up into that Zodiac. So they'll run this up to the beach now. And you can see they are doing rescue efforts. So now you're going to see a flurry of activity around the Zodiac. Okay. Again, folks, that flashing you'll see through the video is just our landing gear as Ed has to circle around. So now we see the personnel from the beach running back, and they're not even going to stop for them. They're going to rush the second person to the beach. Again, I have to advise, this is live video, folks. Viewer discretion advised, as they work to try to now get the second swimmer up to the awaiting ambulance on Cross Bay Boulevard. You'll see them put the swimmer onto, not a stretcher, but they'll put him onto some sort of, I'm lost for words, obviously, but they'll put him onto some sort of device to be able to bring them up, a transport device to bring them up to the parking lot. But for now, they're continuing their efforts. They're working on that person. You can see the FDNY personnel in the middle of your video there. So as they continue the rescue efforts on the beach, we'll keep an eye on the activity there. So divers begin to exit the water now. Again, if you are just joining us on the live stream, you're watching water rescue in Queens, in the Queens section of New York, Jamaica Bay, just off of Howard Beach. 2 swimmers were reported missing just before noon, about a little over an hour ago now. And numerous personnel from the FDNY and the NYPD were in the water searching for the 2 missing swimmers. We did see one that was found about 40 minutes ago or so, it looks like at this point. That person already taken to an area hospital in unknown condition. They just found the second swimmer, and that's what you see in the middle of your video there is the effort to try to work on that swimmer before they take that person up to the ambulance. And as they put the swimmer into the Zodiac boat to bring him back up to shore, we did see efforts in that boat being made to try to rescue that person, to try to see what they could do for that person. But again, now they're all circled around the swimmer that was just found, administering aid at this point. Yep. So the activity continues on the beach here. Seriously? Okay. Oops, sorry, folks. See the rescue personnel from the water coming out back up to the beach. You see some of the equipment being moved as they still have a circle formed around the second swimmer that was found about 5-10 minutes ago. That's what I was wondering. Now you see them starting to move the second swimmer along the beach in that transport device. And we had seen them administering aid to that swimmer when they brought him into the boat and up to the shore. Now they're going to try to get that swimmer up to the ambulance. You can see the life-saving effort still happening there. And again, folks, live video here. Want to keep that in mind, that we can't predict what's going to happen in that video, but you see them move. Yep, you see them move a couple of feet, stop, continue the life-saving techniques, and then continue the transport of that second swimmer. So that's all that. So as they continue moving that rescued, or that found swimmer there along the beach, doing their best to get that person up to the ambulance while still administering the life-saving techniques. We'll swing there, folks. Sorry about that. They're up. It would appear so, yeah. Go for a little bit, then they'll stop. There they go. See them still doing their best to get that swimmer up to the road, up to where the ambulance is waiting. I can't find the email at the moment. If I take my hands off the camera, you're going to lose the video. Sorry. Okay, folks, we see the group moving, I believe, past the helicopter. Yep, there they go, past the helicopter. Again, ambulance is waiting up there. So now they'll get that person up to the ambulance. It's a little hard to tell which ambulance they went into there. Oh, they got him on a stretcher, and now they're bringing the person over here to the group of apparatus that are around. It looks like they're going to go to that ambulance there, perhaps. Nope, walking past that. I'm going to guess that one right there. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, Wanda. Yeah, I can't see any more at this point. They're behind all the vehicles. So you're looking for an update, you said? No, I don't have that. There's the ambulance. And that's the ambulance with the second swimmer. Heading off to an area hospital. Not clear yet which one they're going to. Thank God. Okay, so report came in around 11:40 this morning. 2 swimmers missing in the water. NYPD, FDNY sent search teams into the water. Close to a dozen total divers from both departments searching for the 2 swimmers. The first one found just before 12:30. The second one just after 1 o'clock. Both taken to area hospitals. Unknown condition at this time. Is that roughly it? Okay. Okay, I got to do a canned report here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. You're looking at Jamaica Bay where 3, 2, 1. You're looking at Jamaica Bay just off of the North Channel Bridge where at 11:40 this morning reports came in of 2 swimmers that were missing in the water. The FDNY and the NYPD deployed divers into the water, close to a dozen total divers in the water looking for those 2 people in the... I'm going to repeat in the water. I'm sorry, one more time. I got this. 3, 2, 1. You're looking at Jamaica Bay, just off of North Channel Bridge in Queens, where at about 11:40 this morning, 2 swimmers were reported missing in the water. The NYPD and the FDNY dispatched divers into the water immediately. Close to a dozen total divers were looking for those 2 missing swimmers. And at about 12:30 this morning, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Gonna lose a shot. One more time. 3, 2, 1. You're looking at Jamaica Bay in Queens, just off the North Channel Bridge. At about 11:40 this morning, there was a report of 2 missing swimmers in the water. The NYPD and the FDNY placed about a dozen divers into the water searching for those 2 swimmers. Shortly after, just before 12:30 this afternoon, one of the swimmers was found, taken to an area hospital, and then just after 1 o'clock, the second swimmer also found, also taken to an area hospital. Their condition unknown at this time, but you can see FDNY both with the ground and the marine units, also the NYPD with their aviation were in the search as well, but again, crews still wrapping up the scene down here. I'll do it one more time. I get in my head and then I lose it. 3, 2, 1. You're looking at Jamaica Bay in Queens, where just about 11:40 this morning, there's a report of 2 missing swimmers just off the North Channel Bridge. Now you can see a large number of FDNY, NYPD units on the scene. Close to a dozen swimmers from divers from both the NYPD and the FDNY conducted the search for those swimmers. The first one being found just before 12:30 this afternoon. The second one just after 1 o'clock. Both of them taken to an area hospital. Their conditions not yet reported to us, but you can see that large number of group here still at the beach after they have found 2 missing swimmers here in Jamaica Bay. Reporting from Chopper 2, Dan Rice, CBS News, New York. Sorry about that, Wanda. Took way too long. Cool. Thank you for all your help, Wanda. Appreciate it. Okay, Ed. Yep, I'll let Ed know. Thank you. Okay, Ed, we're clear from the scene. Yep. And for our folks who are following along on the live stream, that's going to wrap up our coverage. Yes, sir. Here at Jamaica Bay. At this point now, we're going to take the helicopter back to Linden. Of course, as long as we're keeping the video up, you're more than follow, or we're more than happy to have you follow along with us as we go back to Linden. Just trying to do a couple of things here and get some things up on my screen. Just trying to see if we can pull up the live feed up here so we can see some of the comments everybody has here. Okay, folks, now we see some of the comments that were being made there. Zareta, that was Jamaica Bay. From the angle that we had, Zareta, it was hard to see if they had a clear path to bring the ambulance down. Our EMS friend here, Ed Pierce, saying that both of the victims went to Jamaica Hospital. Did you catch that, Wanda? I'm being told that both were taken to Jamaica Hospital. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah. Thank you for that, Ed. Ed Pierce. So like I said, folks, we're just going to make our trip back to Linden Airport. Look at some of the views of Brooklyn as we fly along there. And again, folks, unfortunately, we lose that internet connection while we're flying along, so I don't get to see all the comments. So if I'm not answering something or making a comment on something you wrote, it's probably because we're losing our internet every once in a while. I see Tara, Zareta, Gerard, Stacy's still with us, it looks like. See Gerard giving a couple of reasons of why you don't see the ambulance, or why you didn't see the ambulance down on the beach. Oh, really? Uh. Huh. Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I think it did. Yeah, I think it absolutely did. Right. Doesn't always work out that way. Usually it doesn't work out that way. There you see the Verrazano Narrows Bridge as we make our way from Brooklyn into Staten Island now. No. Mostly we are. I think Friday we're going to flip. I got to double check. I'm pretty sure it's the only day is Friday. Those two happen. Okay, folks, starting to get into a little bit of a better internet reception, I hope. See if we can get that chat going up here again and see what everybody is talking about. Hi to Liza Boykin. Julie Malone, you're welcome. Thank you for following along. See a nice looking day here in the tri-state area. Waiting for the rain to come tomorrow and Sunday, unfortunately. Geneva just commenting on the beautiful day. Absolutely is. Bit, and we'll take a look over towards Bayonne. It's north end of Staten Island, Bayonne on the other side, the Bayonne Bridge, passing through the center of the video. Oh, yeah. I guess you can hear that, Stacy. There we go. We closed that a little bit. The breeze coming in from the window doesn't feel half bad on a day like this, so I like to keep the window open as we fly along. It's just my hand making those noises. Staten Island Expressway. A little something going on down here. What do we have? Looks like a couple of cars involved in a crash, perhaps. That's a car on its side. Huh. Unfortunately. It's the eastbound side. It's approaching Victory, right? Yep, Victory Boulevard. So we pass that along to our friends on the traffic radio. Chopper 2, total traffic. Good afternoon. I was going to say. Well, thank you, Stacy, and I'm glad it's nice enough to have the windows open there in Illinois as well. Chopper 2, total traffic. Yep. Maybe our friends in the traffic desk are on lunch break. So that's the Arthur Kill, folks. That separates New York and New Jersey over here between Staten Island and Linden.